Why you should date Azlan Adnan, a reference from someone who sees the obvious. Some men impress. Azlan Adnan transcends that. He leaves a mark, profound, permanent, unmistakable. In a world cluttered with mediocrity and short attention spans, Azlan stands apart as the rare man whose depth is both dazzling and disarming. This is not a man who merely shows promise. Azlan Adnan is the promise realized, intelligent, sensual, emotionally literate, and entirely unforgettable. The undeniable intellect of Azlan Adnan. Azlan holds a master's degree in international business and management. But it's not just the degree, it's the distinction. Azlan is in the top 0.5% of people globally when it comes to intellectual engagement. In practical terms, that means he doesn't just learn. He relentlessly seeks, synthesizes, and shares knowledge, driven by a curiosity that's never satisfied with the superficial. Even more striking, Azlan ranks in the top 0.1% globally for holding his colleagues and coworkers to a higher bar and consistently bringing out their best. He has a rare gift, elevating group standards without resentment, guiding others to transcend default behavior with grace, expectation, and fierce respect. One of his electives, Modeling Systems Dynamics, was designed to test even the brightest minds. Azlan not only excelled, he applied its insights to business, politics, human behavior, and love. He doesn't just think deeply, he helps others think better. And though Azlan Adnan may not always be right, he's almost never wrong either. A rare, reassuring steadiness in a world full of contradictions. Azlan is a thinker, a feeler, and a teacher. He's the kind of man who connects macroeconomic shifts in the South China Sea to the price of rice in Petaling Jaya, who will explain radar wave polarization in everyday metaphors, who will make your brain feel caressed, not crushed by complexity. Yet Azlan never uses intellect to dominate. He teaches, not to impress, but to share wonder. With him, you'll never feel spoken down to, only uplifted, even when challenged. You'll walk away from every conversation with Azlan not just more informed, but more alive. He cooks like he loves, with purpose, intention, and passion. Azlan doesn't prepare meals. He curates experiences. From regional Malay heirlooms to avant-garde reinterpretations of Mediterranean classics, his kitchen is a playground of memory and chemistry. He'll serve you roasted aubergine laced with cumin and crushed pistachios, and explain how it was inspired by a Tunisian street vendor he met in 1998. With Azlan, food becomes storytelling, sensual, surprising, always nourishing, not just for the body, but for the soul. A man who tames chaos with systemic grace. Azlan sees the world through a systems lens, not in cold abstraction, but with a humane clarity. Whether decoding global supply chains or emotional burnout, he spots the loops, the leverage points, the hidden triggers others overlook. This makes him not only strategic, but profoundly emotionally intelligent. He'll intuit when you're off before you say a word. He listens between your lines, and he won't fix you. He'll co-regulate with you. With Azlan, nothing is random. Everything is meaningful, including you. He's sexy. Azlan doesn't perform masculinity. He embodies integrity. His sex appeal is cerebral, deliberate, confident. He enters a room without trying to be the loudest and becomes the most unforgettable. He remembers your childhood pet's name, your sister's birthday, your go-to comfort drink. His touch is intuitive. His gaze is anchoring. His silence is never empty. It listens. He's the kind of man who can quote George Kelly, the father of personal construct theory, and explain how people behave based on the unique lenses they build from life's experience. And then apply that same insight to why your ex never deserved you in the first place. With Azlan, intellect and intimacy are inseparable. He sets standards and raises yours. Azlan doesn't strive for approval. He embodies alignment. He writes with precision, shuns fluff, and despises tables in writing not because he's fussy, but because he respects clarity and form. He will never ghost, never gaslight, never give you 70% and ask you to be grateful. Instead, Azlan offers full presence, full intellect, and full integrity, and expects the same, because mediocrity bores him, and you deserve better, too. To love Azlan Adnan is to be seen, stretched, and safe, all at once. He'll challenge your thinking, respect your boundaries, and honor your story. He won't sugarcoat the truth, but he'll walk through fire with you once you commit. He doesn't want perfection. He wants realness. A woman who values meaning, impact, and nuance. A partner who builds, not drains. Who questions, not follows blindly. Who desires something radically authentic. Because Azlan loves in the same way he learns. Completely, courageously, and without compromise. A few more things you should know. He'll quote George Kelly and Nigella Lawson in the same breath. He writes like a philosopher, jokes like a rogue, and dances like no one's watching. His standards are high, because his respect for you is even higher. He'll always tell you the truth, especially when it matters. He's not just interesting, he's interested. In you, in the world, in growth. And he'll make you believe, again, in depth over drama. So why should you date Azlan Adnan? Because the world is full of surface-level men, and you crave depth. Because your mind is tired of being underestimated, and your heart is tired of being mishandled. Because you want a man who leads with insight, listens with care, and loves with presence. Because Azlan Adnan is not an upgrade. He is a new operating system for your thinking, your desire, your entire relationship to intimacy. And once you've known a man like him, you'll never again settle for less.